All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakakudash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to Allah Akim, who did us doing the work in sincerity and charity with humiliation all across the four winds. To you I salute. This is the brother CHAARAWTAZA from GMS Bahamas Camp, back at you with another lesson. All right, so today I want to go into a quick breakdown of John 3 and 16. Now, I know that there's countless of videos out there on this topic. All right, but as I was reading, in the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 17, something stood out to me, and hey, who is made to resist the spirit? So, anyhow, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go in and break down, John 3 and 16 and show you, all right, that John 3 and 16 only pertains to the nation of Israel. All right, the world that is in John 3 and 16 is dealing with none other than the children of Israel. And I'm going to go ahead and prove to you and show you through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai that is indeed speaking about the children of Israel. So without further ado, let's get into it. This is the book of John chapter 3 verse 16, and it reads, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have an everlasting life." Right? So it says, for God so loved the world. That's what we're going to focus on right there. For God so loved the world. Okay? Now, all right, the world here is cosmos. All right? Going back to the children of Israel. Now, I'm going to show you that this world that he loved, okay, is the children of Israel. Because when you go back to Exodus chapter 10, all right, you'll see that the Lord Yahweh caused gross darkness to come upon Egypt for 3 days. Okay, so let's go ahead and get that point. All right, because I'm going to tie it all in the short order. Just bear with me. All right, this is the book of Exodus chapter 10, and I'm going to start here at verse 20. All right, this is going into the plague of darkness. But keep in mind now, for God so loved the world. All right, it reads, Exodus chapter 10 verse 20, "But Yahweh hardened Pharaoh's heart, so that he would not let the children of Israel go." So the children of Israel is the subject matter here, right? Verse 21, "And Yahweh said unto Moses, Stretch out thine hand toward heaven, that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt, even darkness which may be felt. And Moses stretched forth his hand towards heaven," right? "And there was thick darkness in all the land of Egypt 3 days. All right, 23. All right, "They saw not one another, neither rose from his place for 3 days. But all the children of Israel had light in their dwellings." All right, it says all the children of Israel had light in their dwellings. Okay, so keep in mind now, all the children of Israel had light in their dwellings, right? For God so loved the world. Okay, so keep that in mind. All right, you see that? If he brought darkness upon the Egyptian and all the land of Egypt, but then over in the camp of Israel, they had light. You see that? Keep that in mind. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to jump here to the book of Wisdom of Solomon in the Apocrypha. All right, chapter 17. Because Wisdom of Solomon chapter 17 goes into that 3 days of darkness. All right? But now check this out. Keep in mind that it says, for God so loved the world, right? And we know that that world is cosmos, which is equated with the children of Israel, right? Watch this, right? Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 17, verse 20. For the whole world shined with clear light. Okay? And none was hindered in their labor. But the point being here is what? For the whole world shined with clear light. For God so loved the world, right? Now remember that thick darkness? You remember that thick darkness that the Lord brought upon Egypt? All right. Exodus chapter 10, verse 23, the last line. But the children of Israel had light in their dwellings. The children of Israel had light in their dwellings. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 17, verse 20. For the whole world shined with clear light. Showing you that the world in John 3 and 16 is speaking about none other than the children of Israel. All right? That's who God so loved. The children of Israel, right? Now watch this. Let's jump now to Wisdom of Solomon chapter 18 and verse 1. Nevertheless, thy saints had a very great light. You see that? Thy saints had very great light, and the saints are the children of Israel. All right? Which is what? The whole world that God so loved. You see that? So, when you look up world here, it's the same world in John 3 and 16, which is applied to the children of Israel. All right? Each nation within itself is a world. All right? Isaiah chapter 45, verse 17 lets us know that. And I'm going to get it. All right? This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 45, verse 17. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end. So each nation is a world. So again, John 3 and 16, for God so loved the world. All right? That world is what? It's speaking about thy saints had a very great light, and the saints are the Israelites, which in Wisdom of Solomon chapter 17, verse 20, is being called the whole world shine with clear light, while the Egyptians, all right, was in darkness. So again, all right, one more precept is gonna further top this off. First Kings chapter 10. All right. 1 Kings 10 and 9. All right. Blessed be Yahweh thy power, which delighted in thee, to set thee on the throne of Israel. All right. Because the Lord loved Israel forever. Therefore, made he king to do judgment and justice. All right. But again, the point being, he loved Israel. All right. For God so loved the world. Again. All right. The Egyptians had darkness. All right. And the children of Israel was dwelling with light. All right. So again, Wisdom of Solomon 17 and 20. For the whole world shined with clear light, and none was hindered in their labor. All right. So again, the children of Israel, all right, which is being called saints, okay, which also is being called the whole world. That's who the Lord loved. He loved Israel. So with that, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. And with that, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakah Kudash. Shalom. Shalom.